Make sure I do this right. Yay!
Finally, I made it.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Sorry for the confusion. I was like, oh no, I hope the coronavirus didn't take her out.
Right. No, like, I don't know, for some reason, whenever I was thinking about 6:30 Eastern time,
mm,
I thought backwards. Instead of 5:30 my time, I'm like 7:30 my time.
oh,
And I
no.
should know because my sister lives in New York, so.
It's okay.
But, yeah, I made it. I made it.
Well, thank you so much for joining us and to everybody that's joining now. So today we have Roteavia. Yay. Um, she is another MG warrior, so she has MG like I do. But as I've been telling you guys forever, no two people with a chronic illness experience it the same way. No two people with the same
Right.
chronic illness experience it the same way. So her written interview is actually up and live on the blog. So if you just want to read about her story, you can read it. But we want to have her here and get a little bit more into the depths. That if she's willing to share. So we'll get into it. So first things first. Your diagnosis story. So you were diagnosed like around 28. You said.
Yeah, I was probably about 27, 28.
Yeah.
Going on, you know what? I was just turning 28.
Yes, I was about the
A
same age. So
few
did you
weeks
have
ago.
symptoms before then, or you were perfectly fine and then like it just hit you?
Well, see, that year was actually a very stressful year. I had I kept my younger sister for like 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually from Houston, so she came to Tyler and stayed with us for like 3 months. So I had a total of 4 children.
Woo.
And my baby was just turning a year old.
Mm-hmm.
So after I sent my sister back home with her mom, my older sister passed away.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that.
And the crazy thing about that is I was supposed to be her kidney donor.
Ooh.
We were scheduled for the transplant in August. She passed away in June.
Mm.
I started showing symptoms in September.
Okay.
So I look at it as a good thing that I didn't give her my kidney
Mm-hmm.
because she would have had a chance of even suffering with MG.
Yeah.
So my first signs of symptoms, like I noticed about 2 o'clock every single day, I would get tired, like just straight fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
I would hold my head back just to keep my eyes open.
Wow.
And it was usually when I was driving, because I was always driving.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my oldest son is autistic, so at that time he was in speech therapy, occupational therapy, physical therapy, music therapy, art, all types of therapy. So
Right.
I was going, 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 going. So in October, I went to visit my cousin and stuff for a bachelorette party in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
And I got on the road to come back home, and my mother had called me. And she said it sounded like I had had a stroke.
Mm.
Like I literally was slurring like a stroke patient, you know? And my eyes were like droopy. And she came and met me down the highway. And she brought me some ice cream because I hadn't eaten all day.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, try to eat this. I tried to eat the ice cream and like it just aspirated out of my nose.
Oh, that's
And
a
she
good.
was like, oh no, we're going to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And I had previously been to the hospital out here in Tyler. And they were like, no, it's just stress. It's just anxiety. It's in your head. But when I got to the hospital in Houston, they were like, oh no, ma'am, we're admitting you. You
Okay.
cannot go out like this. And it just so happens that the neurologist who diagnosed me his father has MG,
So he
so
used to.
he knew what it was right then. So it only took like a few days for me to get all the tests back and came back positive for MG.
Oh, so you were
So
quick. Like, thankful. I mean, not thankfully, but like, you only a few days. You didn't have a whole bunch of like months of wondering and everything like that.
right,
Yeah,
right.
that's interesting. So, like, your story. I mean, I'm stressed hearing about everything that's on your plate. So have you tried to, I guess, like mitigate stress? Because stress is a trigger for me. Like, I know my symptoms will flare up if I feel like overwhelmed or just like too much on my plate at once. It
Right.
causes a flare up. So have you kind of like stopped doing a lot of things, or like how are you juggling it all to make sure you can kind of keep things low?
Well, actually, right now I'm in remission, so I'm like 3 years remission now.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people say that that long is kind of rare.
Right.
But my MG had got really, really bad for me to the point where I didn't even have enough time to even figure out what it really was
Mm-hmm.
or how to balance or anything. I went from being okay, stay at home mom, wife. I was uh I was able to homeschool one of my children,
Mm-hmm.
um, dealing with my autistic child just perfectly fine. And then MG just slowly came, and after the diagnosis, I was okay for probably about 4 months because my neurologist that I had here in Tyler, she was one of those people that was like on top of it.
Okay.
She didn't believe in waiting until you got into a crisis. She was like, every 3 weeks or every 6 weeks, IVIG right then and
Mm-hmm.
there. But my husband ended up losing his job because I was, getting
Wow.
treatment so often. So we moved to Houston because he had a better job offer.
Okay.
And I guess the climate change and stress of not having my home, and I actually had to leave my children in Tyler.
Mm.
So I was there without my children. And just me missing them and worrying all the time, I ended up in the hospital and I was staying there for 3 and 4 months at a time,
Oh.
intubated. In 1 year, I was intubated 5 times.
Mm.
And I mean, that's a lot of the reason why my voice sounds like this. One
Okay.
side of my, you know how your vocal cords, they close and open?
Mm-hmm.
One side is paralyzed
Oh.
because of the
Of
constant
the putting
intubation.
it in and out. Okay. So what are they
So,
going to do for that?
I actually have an option to have a surgery to have them. I guess they're gonna sew it together or something.
Okay.
But I just really haven't worried about it. Like I actually have a fear of me
Going back
going
into
under, and then it pulls me out of remission. Cause
that's a
like
real fear.
I'm already dealing with stuff like lupus and arthritis at that. So
So you
I
have
just
an additional diagnosis of lupus as well.
yes, I just recently found out that my MG actually stemmed from lupus.
Oh.
I've had lupus since I was about 15 years old, but my test didn't come back positive until I was 30. And I
Wow.
had to get a bone marrow biopsy just to get that. So,
That's crazy.
I
So
mean,
is it painful like to speak, or it's just hoarse, or it's fine, you're just used to
no,
it?
it just sounds like that, but
Mm.
it doesn't hurt or anything. The only thing is, I cannot raise my voice. Like, I be trying to yell at the kids, and they're like, Mom, just stop. My daughter
That's
is
the
like
tone.
super big. She'll call me. I'll be like, Mom, you sound crazy. Just stop.
You gotta love kids.
Yes.
We did have a question. So Jan asks, "What do you mean by remission?" Because she knows that with cancer, it means that you're completely cancer free. So can you talk about like what remission means? I guess for an MG or how you're defining it.
Yes. Okay, so for MG, there are different stages of remission. There's like partial remission, and then there's full remission. Partial remission is like when you don't have to get so much treatment and you only take like meds and you have very few symptoms.
Mm-hmm.
And then full remission is no medications. Like I don't take no medication and I don't get any type of plasmapheresis or IVIG or anything.
Yay. So what was that like? So were they like really, really aggressive, and then one day you just like, okay, I'm done, or it was like a weaning process, or
Well, for me, it had gotten so bad to where, like, I'm actually allergic to prednisone and steroids.
lucky you.
So I was unable to take all the medications that
They
they
prescribed.
prescribe. And because of that, I had to keep trying different immunosuppressants. But
Mm-hmm.
throughout the process, I kept losing weight.
Mm.
And I even had to get a peg tube to,
Mm.
help me with my nutrition.
Yeah.
And MG had got so bad to the point where um, plasmapheresis and IVIG stopped working.
Okay.
And I was actually already in the hospital where I was intubated. Then when they extubated me, probably about 4 days later, I had to be intubated again because I went right back into crisis.
Mm-hmm.
And we had been going back and forth with getting a thymectomy,
Okay.
but because of my weight, because I was so small, they were like, no, we're not going to do
Okay.
it. And I was 83, 82 pounds.
Ooh.
I went from when I first got diagnosed, I was like 130,
Mm-hmm.
and I dropped down to like 80 something pounds.
That's
Hold
crazy.
on, we have a child about to ask a question. Yes, baby. You want to be nosy?
Hi.
It's a watch day for my son, so um, give me just one moment.
Who's that?
I told y'all I was doing an interview today. Here, go ahead, y'all go. Get this and go.
Come on, Owen. You. Come on,
Um, what was I saying?
Oh, how?
Oh.
Yeah, you didn't do your thymectomy because of all the weight that you had lost.
So, it had gotten to the point where my surgeon was like, look, um, if she doesn't get the surgery, she's gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
And if she does get the surgery, she still might die.
Mm-hmm.
So what do y'all want to do? And we were all like, give me the surgery. I was hyped. I was like, yeah, finally getting my thymectomy. And I'm intubated and I'm like, all hyped and stuff. And I was so happy when they gave me my little propofol to knock me out. I was ready.
At that
But
point.
yeah. So I got my thymectomy in December. I think it was about December 8th. I got my thymectomy. I had been in the hospital at that time, probably about a month and a half.
Mm.
Yeah, I had just left the MG Walk in Houston, and like 2 days later, I was in the hospital.
That's crazy. So did you
So
have a sternotomy, or you had like the robotic or the VATS, or
I
what?
had the full thing.
Woo!
Let me take my shirt off and show y'all.
So there are different types of thymectomies. Some go full chest, some go through the side, some use robots, some use video capturing. It's a whole bunch of different ways, but she has the traditional one in which they crack open your sternum and crank that bad boy open because that's how you're able to get the full thymoma out. Going in the side, there's a chance that you might not get everything, or that there's something that they can't really see from the scan, so they might start off on the side and then be like, "Oh no, we need to go in full way." So how was that recovery? Because I have a thymectomy, but they actually went in through the side for me. So I know my recovery was
My
nothing like you guys.
recovery was hard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all. That's the thymectomy scar. Those are where the drainage tubes were, and that's where my peg tube used to be.
Mm-hmm.
So my recovery was really hard for me because I was already weak and stuff like that. So after the thymectomy, we did 10 days of plasmapheresis,
Mm-hmm.
and I also finally got extubated because I stayed intubated probably about another 5 or 6 days after that.
I can't even imagine.
Um, and I was the type that when I knew when it was time to be intubated, I clicked that call bill, hey, go get the respiratory therapist. I'm ready. I even helped them set up the tray once.
Let's go. I know what this is.
Right, like, because it became routine. It was so, it was normal for me.
Yeah.
Um, I did the 10 days of plasmapheresis. Um, I had to learn how to walk again because I couldn't even walk.
I
I,
can
I
imagine
couldn't
losing so
walk.
much weight and being in the bed that long. Like,
I couldn't talk. Like, I had to learn how to talk and use my words and all that. I could not eat or swallow. I had to go through all types of therapy. And then towards the end of my, of that hospital stay and of that journey,
mm-hmm.
um, my caseworker for my insurance, that lady right there is a beast. She was like, I'm getting this stuff approved. She got me approved for Rituxan.
Oh, okay.
And, I got 2 rounds of Rituxan,
Mm-hmm.
and then they tapered my medicine down a little bit, and I was supposed to go to a rehab center and stay there for like a month. But that Rituxan did something to me, and baby, I was up walking and dancing and just showing out all in that hospital room.
Oh, that's amazing.
So,
That that's probably one of the drugs that I have not tried. So I haven't tried Rituxan and I haven't tried Imurin, but the rest of them. Oh, and I haven't
I
had a
love
plasmapheresis, but
Imuran.
the rest of them I've done.
Now, the Imuran, I love that because it also helped with the lupus.
Okay.
So that was like perfect for me. Um, Now the thing that's kind of crazy is, after the thymectomy, everything was good.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and my doctor wasn't, so my neurologist is the type of person, she's like, you know your body, do what you want. So I actually tapered myself off the medication, and
Oh.
she was fine with it. And the crazy thing is, even though the lupus, I mean the MG went into remission,
Mm-hmm.
it made my lupus and rheumatoid arthritis very active.
Mm.
So there's like an up and a downside to it.
So are you taking more medicines for that? Or you're just completely med free and you're just managing your lupus and your RA by just kind of like limiting activity and
Right now for the lupus, I'm not even being treated for that right now. I'm
okay.
having issues with insurance and doctors, and because I'm in a small town,
Mm-hmm.
I have to travel to another city just to see a rheumatologist.
Oh,
So, but my PCP actually gave me medicine for the arthritis, and I've been good since then. So
oh, well,
I
that's
take
good.
I take Neurontin for nerve pain, and
Mm.
then I take Meloxicam for arthritis,
Oh,
and that's about
I
all.
haven't heard of those, but they work for you.
Yeah,
Oh.
those work for me.
Oh, okay. So then I had some questions because I read all the interviews. You mentioned that MG made you humble. So do you want to talk about that a little bit? If you don't
Yes,
want to talk about it, you don't have to. I like to,
girl,
dig a little bit.
MG has made me a humble person because I used to be out there. I'm the best at this. I can do that. This is my talent because um I have so many certifications from going to school and stuff. I never got an actual degree,
Mm.
but I'm a certified preschool teacher, certified in child development, certified in have a cosmetology license. I can child daycare management. I can be a daycare director. Like I have so many certifications,
Mm.
and I used to just boast about it. And I even used to boast about being the only one in my family out of my siblings with a husband and kids by the same man.
Ooh.
Like I
Dang.
used to just, I was wild. And then the fact that I knew I had pretty skin and pretty hair, I would be just showing out and girl just doing the most. But when MG hit and God put me on my back to
Mm-hmm.
where I can only look up and talk to Him and just pray to Him and beg to Him and thank Him and praise Him, girl, you just don't know. I'm
Yes.
I'm actually very thankful that I had to go through all that. Because if it wasn't for all that, I I just I'd probably be dead. Somebody been and shot me or something.
Don't say
Like,
that.
because I was a mess. Like I had enemies.
Mm.
I was 20 something years old still fighting.
It happens.
And I can actually say this, probably about 3 days before I went to the hospital with MG to get that diagnosis,
Mm-hmm.
I had just beat somebody up.
I can't even
And
imagine it.
it's crazy because it wasn't no regular beating. I jumped on this girl. And I really didn't have a reason to. I
Mm.
just felt like, hey, you disrespected my partner, so I'm about to beat you up.
It's amazing.
And it's just amazing how MG just changed me as a person.
Yeah.
It has changed me. Like, I don't even have words for it.
Yeah, it puts things in perspective. Like little stuff that probably set
Yes.
you off. It's just like, what? No.
Right. I
I don't even
learned
have
not to,
time.
I learned not to put my energy into negativity and
Yeah.
to waste my time on small stuff. And little things like my children may spill something and I get mad because I just mopped the floor. No more. Baby, go get that mop. Just clean it up. It'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of stuff not even worth your time.
I agree. So, what are you doing now? Like, I know you're really active, and you guys and your the East Texas chapter for MG support. Did you start that yourself, or are you like a board member? Because I know you said you're in a small town.
Yeah, I started it.
Oh,
Yeah, I got
yay!
I had to get that off the ground because um one of my MG sisters, she passed away a couple years ago. Me and her, we were like tight.
Mm-hmm.
Um, her mother was actually my nurse, and
Oh.
that's how I met her. And her name is Candy Adams. She actually passed away from breast cancer.
Mm.
She had stage 4 metastatic breast cancer. And
Wow.
she's the one who introduced me to other people with MG. And we just started getting together. And one day I was like, you know what? I'm about to call the MGFA and make this official. So, I mean, that's what I did, and we got it above the ground.
That's awesome. Well, congrats. I personally, so is your chapter like large and especially like in our age group? Because I know here there are like three different support groups that they have like in the Maryland DMV area. But when I started going to the groups, everybody there was like 50 and over. And I was
Yeah.
diagnosed when I was 27. So I was sitting in the room, they talking about aches and
Looking at all
pains,
these
not
old
knowing if it's just because
people.
they old or because they got MG. And I'm like, I'm just trying to C30, and I couldn't relate.
Right. Yeah, well, our group is actually kind of mixed. We don't really have many old people. We have, our oldest person is probably like 40 something.
Hmm.
But our youngest is 6 years old.
Oh wow, you guys have a baby almost.
Yeah, we have, and then little Amaya, she's not little no more. I met her when she was about 7.
Hmm.
And that was when I was first diagnosed. She's about 13 now.
Oh, that's so
But
dope.
Maya, that's my baby girl.
Aw. Well, that's all the questions that I personally have for you. Does anybody in the chat have any questions, or is there anything else that you kind of want to share about you and your journey, and any hope or anything you want to give to the people?
I'm just gonna say to everyone that um be patient with yourself. And we know that people around us don't really understand. And we know that people around us are not going to be patient with us. So you have to be patient with yourself.
Absolutely.
Trust your body and just 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 trust yourself because nobody else knows you like you do. When you feel like something's wrong, something is wrong. Even if it's just small. You have to keep tabs on yourself. If you got to keep a journal and write down how you feeling at every time of the day, hour by hour, do that. You have to take care of yourself.
Absolutely. Those are my friends commenting rude things. Yes. So, well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the time out to share your story with me and with everybody. I'm going to post this on YouTube. I'm getting quicker and better at editing and posting it up. So I'm going to see the links and everything so you can share. And if you're doing anything, like if your group is doing something, I don't know, fundraiser or anything, send me because I would love to, spread more awareness because that's basically what I'm trying to do is like spread awareness and let
Right.
people know that, we matter too.
We do.
Cancer and lupus and the big ones, they get a lot of attention, but there's another segment too. So,
Yeah, we try to do things out here for like lupus and myasthenia and things like that. But for some reason, Susan G. Komen feels like she got to take over the city.
you know it.
She have about 4 times a year in our city.
Ooh.
Yes, honey.
She don't have that much clout up here yet.
Yeah, she didn't took over. She even overpowered the autism law.
Wow.
Like we have an autism law coming up in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Hers is the same day. And that happens every year.
Really? Wow.
It's just crazy. So we're trying to get connect with the city to see what we can do.
Yeah.
But takes time.
Yeah, it does. But you're going to get there. It's going to happen. All right. Well, thank you, ma'am. Stay
All
healthy.
right. Everybody, thank y'all for letting me share.
Tell your kids thank you for sharing you with us.
Everybody said thank you, baby.
You welcome. Bye.
Bye.
All righty, bye-bye.
See ya. All right, guys. So thank you for tuning in. We had a little bit of delay, but we got something good out of it. I hope that you guys pull something unique from her story. So, like I said, everybody with MG or any chronic illness experiences a little bit differently. Like her story is not the same as mine. Like I did not have to be trached. I did when I had my thymectomy, but that's because they just put me under. But I've never had to consistently be trached. Um, Again, my thymectomy was from the side, so I don't have one of those heavy scars. But I knew going into my thymectomy that was a possibility. And yeah, that's it. I hope that everybody is safe, that they have groceries, that they are blessed. And apparently at 9 o'clock, It's going to be a live homecoming showing with Beyonce, so get on Twitter and tweet about it. And I'll see you guys later.